I don't think we could have pulled off what our friends pulled off this evening.
But in what way?
In singing. I don't think you're well enough to sing.
I am not. I tried to join them at a couple parts and I could not.
Our friends Ben and Kaylissa returned a rug to us, which I realize is perhaps an unusual situation to find yourself in the first place. But they decided to add some flair to the return.
Yeah, we had a rug that we gave to them because it was given to us. My mom was like cleaning stuff out and was like, "Here, you want this rug?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I got it home. I was like, "This isn't going to work anywhere in my house." So they're newlyweds. I was like, "Yo, you guys want this rug?" And they're like, "Yep." So they took it. Turns out it didn't work in their space either. So instead of bringing it back to us and just like, "Here's your rug," like normal people.
I'm so glad they're not normal, though.
I'm so glad too. Oh my gosh. They like unrolled it part way on our steps going up to the door, the front, and like knocked, and then we opened.
Knocked in a weird way. Knocked in a way. I was putting Darius to bed.
You could hear the mischief in the knock.
Well, it just wasn't quite a normal knock. But Darius immediately was like, "Oh, that must be Ben and Kaylissa." And so he was right, of course. But I was like, something's weird. And then
he knew it was them because we told him that they were coming. They were stopping by at some point. Because Ben had been talking up, Kaylissa made muffins, and Ben's like, "Oh my gosh, Kaylissa made these muffins." And she texted me this morning, or last night maybe, asking if Torin could have pecans, and he can. So I figured they were bringing muffins.
Sure. But it seemed weird. And he said, "It must be Ben and Kaylissa." And I was like, "Oh, must be." And I open up his curtain to look out, and I didn't see anything. And I was like, "What?" And then,
Yeah, so we open the door, and they're sitting on the rug. And they start singing A Whole New World from Aladdin and just doing the whole song on this magic carpet. And it was great. And I can't think of a time that I've been more happy that we have cameras on our front porch.
Well, and you shared it with your family, and your sister quipped, "That sounds like an opportunity to pay it forward." So now we have to do that to somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna have to think who can we go A Whole New World on their front porch. But
stand by for news, I guess.
Traveling rug. We'll see. Yeah, the rug will not have a home. It will just live with at various houses, and will be maybe your next listener. If you're on the Palouse, we could show up at your door at any moment with this rug and sing a song to you, and then you'll have to do it to someone else, and it's going to start a whole movement.
Welcome back to Adventures with Bam. I'm Brent Billings.
And I'm Maggie Billings.
And this episode has us looking back on 2024 and considering our goals for 2025.
What a year. Oh my gosh. This year was bonkers.
Pretty crazy. I've been doing a lot of year in review stuff over the past few weeks. And, for example, I watched 104 movies in 2024. 35 of those were with you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about those numbers, Maggie?
I think not as good as you expect me to feel about them.
I don't necessarily expect you to feel good about it.
I feel like you watch a lot of movies.
I feel like I don't watch enough. I feel like we should watch.
How do you define enough? Are you not entertained?
I mean, I am. There are just so many more movies that I want to watch that I haven't watched.
How much, I don't know, how dependent are we on entertainment to get through our daily lives,
I mean, it's not my daily life. That's the whole thing. It's like
every third day.
Yeah, well, and like 15 of those 104 are the Oscar-nominated shorts that Hudson and I went and watched in one afternoon at the Kenworthy.
Yeah, that's crazy, I guess.
I mean,
or not crazy.
They're not that long. That's
Whatever.
The whole thing. Like,
sure,
that was one day.
Okay.
So the numbers are, perhaps inflated, some might argue, but yeah, there are so many other things that I want to watch and so many classics that I haven't seen. And
I was just telling Darius today, there are a whole bunch of people in the world who have never seen a single movie or a single show.
There you go.
And I think they're okay. I mean, there's issues, but that's not one of the issues.
Yeah, the thing about it is just that I don't watch really any shows. I only watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
So my entire viewing thing is like wrapped up in that one number.
That's not entirely true.
We do watch some shows together,
Yeah,
but I basically don't watch any shows of my own accord.
sure.
And I don't really watch any YouTube. So, I mean, a couple exceptions here and there, but the vast majority of my viewing is not TV shows, which I think is backwards.
I think a lot of people watch more shows than movies. I think I'd be interested in seeing what those numbers have looked like as the year has progressed too, because after the theater shut down in Pullman, I think your viewing went down quite a bit per week, right?
Yeah, I think that mostly coincided with life more than that, because if I had the time to watch a movie, I could have just as easily watched one at home.
You were going to movies every Tuesday night. And now you don't.
I mean, yeah, I was watching at most. I mean, there are plenty of weeks that I skipped over the summer, especially May, June, July, August, September, October. I was consistent. I saw at least one a week, but November I missed a few weeks. And then the holidays, we ended up watching a bunch of stuff because we're watching family stuff.
Sure.
It changes the availability of certain types of films, but I don't think it really had that big of an effect. There were other factors around the time of the Pullman Theater closing that affected my ability to watch anything.
Fair enough.
I also read 10 books, which is not...
more than me.
Yeah, but still not what I would like for that either.
Although maybe not more than me. Are you logging kids' books?
I think I only logged one this year. Torrin wanted me to read one of the Pete the Cat books, and Darius wasn't interested at all. I tried to get Darius to read it.
Like, come on, man, this is why we taught you to read, just so you could.
I am there for the reading of, Darius read 150 books in 2024. I was there for almost all of them. Probably 130 of those I was there for. So, if I counted audiobooks, why not count that? But I don't count audiobooks. I listen to so many podcasts, which I haven't tabulated those numbers yet. But I listen to so many podcasts that I feel like when I want to read a book, I want to actually read the book and not just listen to it. Some people don't have the same calculation and they're just fine logging audiobooks, and that's fine for them, but not for me.
I think if we were both logging kids' books, I might have you beat there. I'd probably have you beat there. Many are the days that I read Brown Bear, What Do You Hear on repeat.
Well, and you started your own Goodreads for this year.
Sure
Maybe we should talk
did.
about goals for 2025.
Sure did.
You're already crushing it.
Well, I've read 2 books so far. Sure.
Hey, that's good.
Brown Bear, What Do You Hear? And Madeline.
Yeah.
So coming in hot with the books.
And Darius is off to a good start as well. So I do hope to read more books this year. I don't know if, I think I set my goal as 12.
It's great.
And, I think that just might be about what I can manage to pull off. I don't know.
I believe in you.
What other goals do we have for 2025 though?
Oh man, I don't know. I have goals.
We do typically try to sit down at the beginning of every year and write down a list of goals and look at our goals from the previous year and whatever. We have not done that yet. So
we didn't do it last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe the year
Maybe the
before.
goal is just to sit down and make the goals.
Yeah. Typically, usually our little tradition is we go to coffee somewhere and we get our little drinks and we sit down with, we always have the previous year's list, and then we, go through the previous year and kind of check off, like, here's what we did, here's what we didn't do, cross off what we did. If there's some bizarre reason why we didn't get to do something, we kind of write an explanation on last year's list, like, no, sorry, we didn't do that because we were having a baby. And then kind of dream together about the next year and what we want to accomplish. And yeah, it's just a great little tradition that we have. So yeah, this year I feel like, well, I think a goal that we discovered today we should probably put on the list is get gutters.
Yes. It does seem that we have a little bit of water coming into our house, perhaps.
Through the floor.
Maybe. I actually have not
You said the what? You said the floor. What do you mean maybe?
No, there's definitely water. I'm just not completely convinced of why or how.
How else would that happen?
I don't like, I don't know.
I
I just
mean-
feel like there are things yet to be learned. But I do know we need gutters. Like,
Yeah, gutters are a good idea.
whether that is causing the problem now, I do think it has the potential to cause the problem in the future.
We used to have gutters. What
Yeah.
happened?
They got ripped off when our roof was replaced.
Oh, that's right. And they didn't do new gutters.
They were janky old gutters.
Yeah. So new gutters, that's a goal. I hate saying this because it's so cliche, but I want to eat healthier and I want to exercise more. And I feel like that's a continual goal in my life. Like I feel like I'm always working toward improving my relationship with food and just moving my body more. I feel better. I'm a nicer person when I get, exercise daily. This is science. Most of us experience this. Like, this is not I don't know. If you've been alive for more than 3 weeks, you probably know that when you exercise, you get endorphins and you feel more motivated and blah, 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 and have more energy for the rest of the day. Like, the reasons are obvious. So it's a little tough in this season of my life. I've had other seasons of my life where exercise was very easy to just build into my day. This season, it's a little bit tougher because we're just doing a lot of things at home. And sometimes I don't want to do a workout in the middle of a living room with 2 kids climbing on me and asking me questions about everything. So
why not?
Why not?
Who
Try
wouldn't
it
want
sometime. Try it sometime and tell me how you like it.
I like being the jungle gym for them to get exercise on.
I do not like it. I feel like I get touched out, and I love cuddling, but when I want to work out, I just want to do it in peace with nobody staring at me or asking me questions and making me guess what kind of dinosaur they are. Yeah. So, and then, with food, I don't know. I hate cooking. I've probably said it before. I don't like it at all, but I like food and I feel like healthy food is a good idea. So the last few years I've been gradually trying to learn to cook more and learn how to make healthy food that is yummy. So that's a goal for me, but also for our family. I want our boys to learn to cook. I would like you to learn how to cook a couple of things.
I know how to cook a couple things.
Yeah, I want you to learn how to cook a couple more. So Thursday nights we're gonna do cooking lessons with mommy, and each week I'm just gonna have a different little recipe that we're all gonna make together, and you guys are gonna learn some cooking stuff. And I ordered some of the little plastic knives that the boys can use to slice vegetables and stuff with. So, and they've got little aprons for Christmas. So yeah, I feel like those are a couple of my big goals. Always reading more is a goal. I might do a sabbatical from work. That's a big one. So I think if I have 4 or 5 weeks off, my 1 day a week. So it's not I work 1 day a week. So 4 or 5 weeks off is 4 or 5 work days off. But yeah, I think that will open up some space for me to do some more reading as well. And yeah, hopes and dreams.
Onward into 2025.
What about you? Any personal goals?
Watch more movies, read more books, take more flights.
Take more flights?
Yeah, I always want to take more flights.
Well, yeah, you always want to. I always want to move to France, but I don't put that on my resolution list.
I mean, why not?
Because it's, unless I have a plan and it's realistic.
At some point, you might just check it off.
Yeah, that's
you know what? I'm sick of this thing sitting on my list year after year. Let's check it off.
No, it's not on my list. That's the thing. I don't put it there unless I have a plan and I'm ready to go.
I'm saying put it on the list so you can go.
I will not. I will not.
All right. Well,
there you go. 2025. May it be less dramatic than 2024.
Ooh, amen.
Which we haven't even really talked about the drama of 2024, and maybe we will, maybe we won't. Yeah, we will at some point record an additional podcast about the events of 2024 because they're entertaining. They're good stories to hear, but out of respect for the people involved in them, we don't want to do that right now. But we should probably record that while
before
it's fresh.
I forget everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Not we forget everything, but I forget everything.
You forget everything. We should. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Those events are fresh enough that we should probably get them down.
But until then, 2025 awaits, and we have goals to accomplish.
Yes. So we have to keep this short so we can go accomplish our goals.
It's not short.
I have to go
It's too late for that.
Oh no. I have to go do a workout.
That goal has failed.
Oh, that ship has sailed. Oh, should we tell Darius's joke from tonight?
Go ahead.
Knock knock.
Who's that?
Panther.
Panther who?
Panther, no pants. I'm going swimming.
Where did he get that? Is that from his joke?
From Zaboomafoo.
Oh.
I introduced the boys to a classic show from my childhood called Zaboomafoo.
See, it's all about shows.
It's all about them shows.
Darius has a joke book. Did you get that for him?
I know my mom did.
Your
She
mom
got
did.
one for him and one for Henry.
It's like jokes for 6-year-olds or something like that.
Hilarious jokes for 6-year-olds.
And we have an Amazon Echo that I found Darius. I was like doing some dishes and the boys were quiet. And I was like, what is going on? And I go looking for them. They're at the Echo and Darius has his joke book and he's telling Alexa the jokes. And Alexa knows some of the jokes. So he's like, what is such and such? And Alexa comes back with the answer and he's like, it knows.
It knows.
Which is crazy.
There's some classic jokes in there.
Yeah.
I know some of them.
Yeah, it's good.
Good time to be 6.